In this video, we're trying to figure out how the 3-liter EcoDiesel V6 behaves in the real world. And to do this, I have two trucks, used trucks. I have a 2014 and a 2015 Ram 1500 EcoDiesel trucks. And in this video, we're gonna get some 0 to 60 times and a couple of drag races to show you exactly how they behave before the recall, after a recall, and also with a little bit of a tune from the aftermarket on this truck. Approximately 2 years ago, the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, called out Ram and FCA in general for the 2014 through 2016 3-liter EcoDiesel emissions. They said under certain driving conditions, you're not meeting emissions regulations. And after an involved process, what happened was there was a class action lawsuit, and a lot of the owners were actually getting some money back for their 3-liter EcoDiesel Jeep Grand Cherokees and also Ram 1500 trucks. But in order to be part of it, they had to recalibrate their truck at the dealership, or their Jeep in this case. Some of you guys, some of the owners contacted us and said after the recall software that the performance of the engine was a lot worse. It was slower, it was less efficient, and there were some issues with that. So this is why we're here at the track testing it. To do this, I got this truck, 2014 Laramie Longhorn 1500 Crew Cab 4x4. It belongs to my friend Michael, and we're comparing it against that truck. Now this is a 2015 Ram 1500 Quad Cab 4x4 Tradesman with a couple of options and also a truck camper shell on the back, and both of these weigh about the same. The Laramie Longhorn is heavier, but because of some of the equipment on this truck is a little bit heavier. So I think it's a pretty decent comparison. This is as close as I could make it. Alright Jason, so can you tell me a little bit of story behind this truck? When did you get it and how did it go?
Yeah, so I got this truck 2 years ago.
Okay.
And got it, mostly because I was doing a lot of commuting, but I needed to be able to tow.
Okay.
I wanted something with decent gas mileage.
Okay.
And got it for a good price and loved everything about it. Up until I started reading all the forums where all of them are blowing up.
I see.
And
so how many miles was on the truck? Do you remember approximately?
Yeah, there was 20,000 miles on the truck.
Okay. All right. So then what happened?
So I noticed that there's a lot of dead pedal when you go to start out, and then also reading up on the forums, hearing about all the EGR issues, DPF issues,
DEF, everything.
Yeah, everything. Okay. Picked up that Green Diesel Engineering computer.
This was a while ago.
Yeah, that was probably within 5,000 miles of buying the truck.
Oh, okay.
And so for the last 45,000 miles,
okay,
it's been running great.
Okay.
Good gas mileage.
Alright, here I am in the white Laramie Longhorn. This is a truck before the recall programming. Traction control off. I'm gonna brake torque it a little bit. I'm trying to get the best time possible. By the way, on the way here, I got a check engine light, and the message came up on the screen and it said, service your DEF system. I wasn't able to get the message on camera, and currently the messages are all kind of cleared, so I cannot show you that. Not bad. Okay, well that took some time. 11.73 and 633 feet. I felt the takeoff was fairly normal with brake torquing, but overall the truck seems a little slow overall, and the time shows it. Okay, back in the 2014 EcoDiesel, and now this has a tune, kind of a mild tune, more for drivability, from Green Diesel Engineering. And I'm going to try to launch it the same way as I've been doing. So traction control disabled, and I'm going to brake torque it just a little bit and see what I can do. felt pretty good, and the result shows it. 10 flat with a little bit of a tune. Not a crazy tune, it's mostly for drivability according to the owner and the company. As always, we're here at IMI Motorsports Park in Dacono, Colorado. Check them out using the link below. They have the largest outdoor go-kart track. They also have about 120 acres of off-road motocross park and jumps for your side-by-sides, ATVs, of course, dirt bikes.
The tune is like $500, but the big cost is if you want another computer, you have to source the computer and send that one in to get flashed to your VIN, because everything's CAN bus VIN specific.
Okay.
So,
but you don't have to do that technically, right? You could kind of tune the existing computer, or how does that work?
yeah, so they can tune the existing computer, but the problem is if you ever go in to the dealer, then a lot of times they'll flash updates to it, and then it's gone. You have to pay like another $150 to send yours in.
To reset it?
Yeah.
I see. Now this quick demonstration drag race is the fully stock EcoDiesel 2015 versus a slightly tuned 2014 EcoDiesel. Let's see what the difference is side by side. Good start, we're pretty even. Did you brake torque it a little?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't do it to the point where it was almost about to break, but
Yeah, you don't want to do that, yeah.
you'll always be faster if you're driving.
I don't know. So here's what it's all about. This is the second generation, older 3-liter EcoDiesel, turbo diesel V6. The factory rating on this engine is 240 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque. And of course, it was still mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. This truck is all stock except for this. There's a K&N air filter here in the box. And it's clearly labeled, so you could see that. So this is what we're trying to learn. What are the differences between the stock EcoDiesel versus the retuned by Ram after the recall versus an aftermarket tune? We want to see if there are any differences and what the differences are in the real world. So what are we doing now? Why are we switching computers?
So we're switching computers because this computer right here has the approved emissions modification.
Okay.
And I did that so I could get the extra warranty.
Yeah,
so I have
yeah.
two computers,
Okay.
just in case something happens.
Okay, and that's one kind of with the GDE tune on it.
That's correct. And
Okay.
so we'll swap it out.
All right, here I am in Jason's truck. This is AEM, approved emissions modification is done. So this is post-recall, basically factory programming for the EcoDiesel to satisfy the emissions regulations. Here we go with the AEM 11.8, 11.83. So this is pretty interesting. With the pre-AEM truck, basically stock before the recall, I got an 11.73 in the white Laramie Longhorn. And here in post-AEM truck, all warmed up, got 11.83. So they're nearly identical as far as performance when they're warm. Now for this final drag race, it's before the recall against after recall. This is factory programming, before and after. Whoa, there's a definite difference. I'm pretty surprised. I did not expect this result. What happened today here at the track was post-recall and pre-recall, the trucks behaved in a similar way to 0 to 60, almost identical 0 to 60 time. But I was surprised, pleasantly surprised by the aftermarket tune from GDE that made the tradesman truck come alive a little bit more. This is exactly what I wanted to do, show you guys what they do in the real world. And big thanks to Jason for taking his time and bringing his truck. Big thanks to Michael for letting me use his truck. And go back to tfltruck.com for more news, views, and real world truck reviews.